It's the 13th of February 2022, day before Valentine's Day. Though Valentine's Day to me doesn't obviously mean shit because commercialized holidays just don't. I thought I'd make a video now because I'm in the process of trying to figure out how to back up the stuff that's on my Google, because I keep getting the error, no storage left, no storage left. You must manage storage or get storage or whatever the hell it is, and technology makes me really nervous. So I'm a very old soul. I don't enjoy having to deal with anything to do with technology, especially when it comes to this, because the videos and the blogs and everything that I've got obviously are important to me. Now, I'm already paying $100 a year for the extra storage on my OneDrive, but for the love of God, I cannot figure out how to back up things from my phone and computer to OneDrive directly. So they keep going to Google and I keep getting errors because so much of my stuff hasn't been backed up. Now, I've plugged in the hard drive, which I haven't used in, well, since I stopped making the daily videos that I never actually posted. So they're all saved to this. I've just double checked it and I've been able to save the folder that's got all my current blogs or vlogs on my PC into the hard drive. So that's great. It doesn't actually fix the problem of shit's not backing up because I don't know what I'm doing. So I've obviously messaged Rachel and Graham and another friend who's good with technology, and I'm just like, please somebody help me. What do I do? Yeah. As I said last night, I would make this video during the day before I get to the point where I'm utterly exhausted and have vaped too much weed. I haven't vaped any weed today whatsoever. I've been singing at the top of my lungs in the shower and after the shower to the Rocky Horror Show theme, like, soundtrack. It's my absolute favourite movie in the whole world. I have spoken about that before. And I actually realised this morning that Graham had asked me, like, what do I do? What can I do to help you if something happens and I don't know how to help you? And unfortunately, there are times where my mind will break and I will be transported back, and the PTSD and all of my symptoms of my mental illnesses will come to the forefront. It is not fun to be around me during those times. It's just not. I don't like to be me in those times. I absolutely hate when it happens. Unfortunately, at the age of 36, I haven't totally figured out how to stop it from happening. That's why I'm in therapy and I take lots of medication, and I tell everybody, guys, I've got this amount of fucking bullshit that I deal with in my life. Sometimes, unfortunately, it hits me and it's just really hard. So I had been trying to figure out a way to answer that question for Graham because I just didn't know. And then it hit me like in the shower. The obvious answer is what I've been saying my whole life, which is send me the Sweet Transvestite song and pictures of Frankenfurter. So I sent the link from YouTube to Graham along with the pictures, and I was like, you don't even have to think, just send this to me. If you happen to be with me, just put it on. Like, that's where I'm at. Frankenfurter, without fail, will snap me out of any kind of shitty fucking mood and bring me back into the present. I love him as much as I love Mr. X. Graham's giving me shit going, watch out, Mr. X, there's a new one in town. And I'm like, man, I've been in love with Frankenfurter since I was 9. So they're definitely on par. And Frankenfurter's a character. So, yeah. But honestly, it's really strange how it affects me, because when I see Frankenfurter or I listen to the song, I get really happy and excited and all those wonderful things. And yeah, it's my foolproof way to snap me out of a bad episode. I just need him. So thankfully I've told Graham that, and he thinks it's amusing because he doesn't like the Rocky Horror Show. But, you know, again, I'm an old soul. Lots of people don't. I don't care because this is my life. So Yeah. I would also say last night I couldn't sleep very well because I've decided, and again I'm speculating, but I'm speculating for a reason, right? So next door, I would now put money on the fact that they are dealing ice. The reason I say this is because there are people coming and going at all hours throughout the night, and my bedroom is right near like their side of the house, right? So I've been able to hear people walking around in their house since I moved in, meaning I obviously can hear them. So I can hear when the cars pull up and go and the people are outside talking, and I can hear all of it. Again, not going to get involved because I live next door, and I may come across like it's a big joke. And if I do, to people who are dealing with drug problems or issues or quitting, I apologise if I make it sound way easier than it is, because it's not. It's a hard thing. You have to really fucking want to get off it to be able to get to where I'm at, right? It's like me and my cigarettes. I'm not past the point of wanting a cigarette. In the morning, I wake up, I have my coffee, I want a vape, right? It's still there, but the only way to get past it is to keep not doing it. Now, I am a lucky person because I have zero fucking interest in ice ever again. And in all fairness, the more they ask, the more steadfast I'm like, no, 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 right? It's weird in a way. It's like this reverse psychology in the sense that the more I'm asked to go and smoke with them, the more I'm just like, hell no. So again, still got to be nice to the people next door. Like, there's no reason not to be. As I'm going to keep saying, people who take drugs usually do it for a reason. It's not because they want to fuck up their lives or their, whatever's in their life. It's usually a deeper, ingrained reason. That's my theory anyway, because as I've said to everyone and anyone who watches this, don't think for 1 second you can call me a fucking addict. I mean, you can say it behind my back. I wouldn't even know. I wouldn't know, wouldn't care. But there's no way I'll accept someone saying that to me to my face. Just simply because I'm not. So there's that. Now, today I am getting tattoo laser removal. So I don't even think I've shared the tattoo on my website yet because it's not totally finished. But I once had a Pegasus on the lower part of my back, and I got that when I was 18. It was my second tattoos. I got my first one when I was 17, which is on my neck, and it's a dragon. But after a number of years, I decided I didn't like the small one on my back. It had faded, all this bullshit. Anyway, I decided I wanted a huge back tattoo for as long as I can remember. Now, my tattoo story is fucking fucked up because there were so many things that should have happened or didn't happen, I should say. The original tattoo artist was a cunt. He literally, in the first time I met him, was like, if you don't trust me, you don't this, blah, 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 blah. He hadn't even drawn anything up. And I was just in such a state of, and this was like 2018, because I was on my sober year. I remember that much. And I'd driven over an hour to get there, and I was psyched up for this, yeah? So instead of being like, wow, you're a fucking dickhead, and walking out, I did it. I went with it, which ended up being this massive drama. And the long and short of it is, I am now on to my third tattooist. My tattoo starts there, and yeah, I'm wearing a dress and I'm about to pull it up. So, right, I'm now all glad wrapped up. Right, so that's all my glad wrap, but my tattoo finishes like here, right? So, in the original tattoo, there were these like dots, sort of like on a dream catcher kind of thing. But now that the tattoo's so much bigger, the dots have to go. Everyone's like, nobody cares, nobody notices, blah, blah, blah. I just leave them. Well, my tattoo has now costed over about $6,000. I'm not sure I want to work out exactly how much I paid for it because I know that's around about the ballpark and it might even be more, and it's not worth thinking about because I need a new car, and instead of doing the responsible thing, I just work on my tattoo. I guess it's a good thing then that my tattooist has had to move and doesn't currently have a tattoo studio, so I'm not going to anyone else because I love her and she's fucking amazing. But in the meantime, the dots have to go. So I'm wearing numbing cream because tattoo laser removal hurts 1,000 times more than actually getting a tattoo, funnily enough. What else am I doing today? Let me think. I'm feeling good, obviously. I had a really great conversation with my sister-in-law last night. Like, for the first time in fucking ages, I feel so much more validated about my thoughts and opinions on the vaccine, right? I'm absolutely sick and fucking tired of people making us all sound like we're mad. I'm not mad. Yes, I'm spiritual, but I'm also very much into science. I want to be a fucking researcher. So yeah, and I don't have social medias. I mean, yes, I keep getting blocked on stupid shit like Reddit. I don't know why. Nobody believes me. I don't know why. I've now been banned on Tinder for over like 3.5 years. And everybody thinks that I should know why. You must know. How do you get banned on Tinder? People say to me, how? And I'm like, I don't fucking know, man. I'm just me, clearly being me. Doesn't always vibe well with some people or whatever, because yes, and Tinder is based on your mobile number, not your email address. So everyone's whole just, do it based on a different email isn't actually the answer, because A, it doesn't fucking work like that, and B, well, as I've been saying, I've had a lot of sex with too many people and I'm over it. So it's not like I need it. It's more the point that I don't understand why I keep getting banned on stuff. Again, thankfully, other people's opinions outside of my actual real life doesn't matter to me. Thankfully, because, if you were to find what I was on TV about and what I said, you'd be like, oh, yeah, that makes a bit of sense. I'm not quite ready to fully put that up yet. I will eventually, but I'm thinking I'll wait until I finish my degree. Yeah, today, besides getting the appointment done, I really want to. Okay, so how do I explain this? So I've got I don't even know if you can really see that, but I've got hundreds of these that I had made that were then put onto flashcards, right, for exam prep. Now, I've got heaps of them actually as exam, flashcards, but I also have way too many that are still on pieces of paper. Now, since I live in a house that's getting knocked down eventually, and the fact that I've really become very aware of the fact that repetition is the only way I'm going to succeed in what I want to do, which, by the way, I have succeeded in absolutely everything I've ever wanted to do, ever, which is true, I have. If I put my mind to something, I succeed. So it's really only my own mind fucking with me. But the point is, once I figure out what I'm doing and trying to figure out this storage thing, which I unfortunately think I'm going to need some help with. But anyway, what I'm going to do is cut all of these out in the sizes that they are, keep the same things next to each other, and then highlight them or put coloured edges around them. And then I'm going to glue them all over my hallway. Because, the hallway I walk between all the time, kitchen and the bedroom. And that way I'll just see it, all the time. And that way I can read it. So I'm going to do that today. I've told Rachel that I'm going to reactivate my Stan account because she has begged me pretty much to watch her favourite show, which is Killing Eve. And she said it was on iView or SBS, but the first season isn't. It's only on Stan. I haven't used my Stan account in over 6 months, but it's $10 a month, and she is please watch it. And since she's one of my best mates, I'm okay, I love you, I will get Stan, I will watch it. So I may do that at some point today. Married at First Sight commitment ceremony is on tonight at 7 p.m, so that I will definitely be watching. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling really good, which is a nice feeling, I'm starting to feel more like myself. the whole waking up without the alarm clock thing is working, except that I did what I always do, which is I woke up fresh, 7:30. Oh, it's lovely, no alarms. Boss was lying next to me, and I was like, oh, but you're just so cuddly. And then I hugged him, and I fell back to sleep, and it was 8:30 by the time I got up. But again, that's okay. Like, this whole me having more energy, I mean, clearly I look and feel like I've got quite a bit of energy right now. Like, again, haven't vaped any weed. I'm still speaking of the weed, like, I'm in a very confused place right now when it comes to it, because it's very much prescribed to me legally for a reason. I live in chronic pain. I got mental illnesses coming out my ears, and fatigue, just so much crap, right? So yes, I'm prescribed weed. Yes, I am meant to vape throughout the day, the whole day. I'm actually prescribed 2 grams a day. Lately, I'm using like 1 dosage capsule and just barely, using it, or just having 1 in the evening, whatnot. But it's the same as when I was making videos before my sober year. I would be lying if I said the weed doesn't affect me, because it obviously does. There's a reason people smoke weed, right? I'm just in this, like, catch-22, or the situation I don't want to be in, where there's like a big part of me thinking, okay, to fully succeed, at least to get the grades I need for this year, I need to stop vaping weed. And then the other part of me is like, no, that's shit. If you stop vaping weed, then you have to continuously take your opium-based medication, which I'm on, instead of the weed. Now, the weed is obviously more natural, better for me, all those sorts of things, than having to take oxy, right? But, yeah, definitely haven't figured that shit out yet. But I unfortunately think, even as I'm talking this out, that the fact that I've been contemplating just no vaping weed throughout the week until, say, like Friday night might have to happen. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. But it's, it's a day-by-day thing, and I'm going to keep making my videos, and I'm going to keep seeing how I go. But yeah, I think that's it for now. I can't think of anything else. I have heaps to do. It's 11:10 in the morning. My appointment's at 1. I'm using really strong numbing cream. So, I put it on early, but it needs to be done. And other than that, I think I've made a new friend. It's Graham's friend, technically. I'll have to ask her what she wants her name to be on my videos. But she's like full vegan, which is awesome. So she's like helping me out with things like that. Where to go. Like, I still haven't found the vegan cheese that I like, especially one that I can, melt. So Graham's like, talk to her, got me added on Facebook Messenger, which I use to be able to contact people, even though I don't actually have Facebook. I can see the storage behind this thing going up, so I'm gonna have to stop talking. But it's a lovely day. It's going to be 33 degrees today, so my house is basically closed up with the curtains. Not that you can tell, this one's alright, but the air conditioning's on. And yeah, I hope that the rest of the day goes well too. Sending light and love to everyone. Bye!